What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. In this video, we are jumping into Night Terror's Batman issue number 1. Coming from the writer Joshua Williamson, the artist is Gilliam March. And before we even dive into this, I highly recommend that you go check out Night Terror's First Blood issue number 1. It is the introduction to all of this. What we have seen from that issue is a mysterious and deadly new villain by the name of Insomnia. The entire world has been forced into an eternal slumber. This includes all the heroes and all the villains. Insomnia is searching their dreams for the Nightmare Stone. And this issue number 1 of Batman is going to be dropping us right into the Dark Knight's nightmares. So make sure you guys have subscribed to the channel, make sure that you like this video, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so before we dive into this, I do want to let you know that you're going to want to stay all the way to the end because we do have a little side story that is Damian Wayne. But this story is picking us up with Alfred and Batman. Years ago, Batman had learned how to isolate his fears, but now he wants to take it a step further. He knows his fears. Now he needs to know how to keep others from using these fears against him. And while Alfred, he's definitely advising against doing something like this, worrying what it could do to his psyche in the long term, what it might create in him, as he jumps into his Batman-style deprivation tank. And while he is in here, he is having memories of Crime Alley, of that fateful day, the day that changed his life forever, the day that Joe Chill had shot down his parents. He relives that day over and over and over again. After 24 hours, Alfred wakes him up. Now, with Alfred bringing him out of the tank, Batman is coming to the conclusion that he is never going to be over the night that Joe Chill had killed his parents. No matter how many times he witnesses it, nothing will ever take away that pain. But he does believe that this might come in handy one day. This is what jumps us into present day, a young Bruce Wayne in Crime Alley. As his father calls out to him, Bruce knows that this is not his dad. He knows that he is not a young boy in an alley, that none of this is real. He remembers everything. He knows that John Dee was killed in Arkham Tower, that this person took over his body, attacked Batman with giant spiders, and they knocked him out. All of this is a nightmare. But now he is left wondering, why can he not wake up? This is what brings him to the theater. As the screen turns on, we can see what is happening in real life. We see that Insomnia has Batman in his grasp. And at first, Bruce is confused. How is he still moving in the waking world if he is asleep, trapped in his nightmare? This is when he sees Dead Man. Boston is the one responsible. And obviously, this makes Bruce very angry, because he had told Boston to never take over his body. Now Batman simply cannot wake up because Deadman is driving. His mind is showing him this so he'll understand. But Boston is creating roadblocks that is stopping Bruce from taking control. As he touches the screen, we see him get sucked in. This is what takes him to his parents' home, seeing the gravestones of all that he has lost, of everyone he could lose. And Bruce says that none of this scares him, telling whoever is doing this to show yourself, to get to the point and tell me what it is you want. This is when Insomnia lets him know that he's not doing any of this. And that's part of the fun for him. Bruce is the one that is controlling the tour of his nightmares, with Insomnia showing up behind him dressed as Robin, saying that he's a big fan of Batman. He grew up in Gotham, lived there his whole traumatic life, even going as far as saying that he would love to be the sidekick to Batman. All he must do is help him find the Nightmare Stone, because Dr. Destiny hid it in one of their nightmares. And if Bruce is to tell him where this stone is, the nightmare could be over for all of them. As we see the dead coming to life, asking baby Bruce if he is in. We see the young Bruce taking out his parents, taking out his children, his friends, his family. But as young Bruce is unable to speak, we see something coming up his throat. As he throws it up, what it is a bat with a freaking gun on its head. This is a manifestation of Batman's darkness. When he became Batman, he turned himself into a creature of the night, transformed himself into a symbol of nightmares. But now that nightmare, it has taken on a mind of its own. His own darkness turned against him. But this is when Bruce says that he should thank Insomnia, because he felt the blast from that gun, and it freed him. He knows what he must do now. He must go deeper into his own nightmare, into his own mind, so he can regain control of his body. And then he's coming for Insomnia. But Insomnia tries to let him know that he's making a mistake, that he is bringing up fears. Like he told him, he is the one building this nightmare, not Insomnia. That Bruce has lived in the darkness and thought of some of the worst scenarios known to man. That if he goes too deep into his own mind, there is no telling what he might find, what else his mind might create. This is where he wakes up, and Batman Bruce Wayne, he is in the body of Joe Chill, right at that fateful moment before the trigger is pulled. But he has no control. As he hits that trigger, as we hear the bang, that is where this issue will end. And this is what picks us up with the side story with Damian Wayne. Now Damian, he has made his way to this location to meet up with a type of guru. His grandfather used to speak in him in whispers, the master of sleep and dreams. And as we saw from the free comic book day issue of this series, he had a nightmare. At first, he thought it was just his thoughts. He thought it was something else. He kept searching his mind, and then it all connected. Somebody was crossing the dreamscape. They were searching for something. And so he wishes to use this temple, the book, all of its teachings to unlock his dreams, to understand what has been shown to him, being guided to where all the books are. He is told that before he can unlock his dreams, he must first learn to sleep properly. And Damian is coming to the conclusion that if he can stop sleep, he can keep the dreams at bay. But this is something that is very difficult to learn. The body needs sleep. That you may be able to force yourself to stay awake, but your body will endure the hardship. This is where he opens up a scroll. He sees the sand of time is coming to an end. He sees Insomnia. He sees Deadman. And he sees the Nightmare Stone. This is when the call comes in from Batman. The red alert, emergency protocols, no sleep till Gotham. This is when that purple insomnia power comes in, knocking everybody in the room out. Damian believes that he is able to fight against this, saying that it worked and he can stay awake, that he remembers the nightmare, and so now he must go find his father, and then Insomnia will pay. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. You know, I was definitely a little skeptical as we jumped into the Night Terrors little event that they have going on for the next 2 months, especially with it taking over all of the DCU essentially. Almost every single line is being taken over by this. But I gotta say, just from the first issue and this issue of Batman, I'm really excited to see where this is gonna go. I'm really excited to jump into the minds of all our heroes, the world's greatest heroes, and seeing their worst nightmares. And obviously, Batman is gonna be one of the few individuals that is going to be super awesome to jump into his mind. I'm really excited about the Joker. We're going to be covering that here in the next couple of days. But so far, this is off to a great start. I'm very excited to see where it goes. I love the artwork. The artwork on the side story with Damian Wayne, that one was a little weird. And not in the terms of this is psychedelic or this is nightmare themed. It kind of felt almost claymation puppet type. But it does look like Damian believes that he was able to escape this dream. I think it's gonna come to fruition that he is still dreaming, or that he got put into a dream. Either way, I'm here for it. I'm excited to see where it goes. This might be one of the more promising lines to come out of DC Comics this year. But let me know your thoughts, let me know your theories. If you would like to get completely caught up on everything going on with this series, Be sure to check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It will get you completely caught up on everything going on with Night Terrors. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by joining the channel membership, much like Patreon having multiple different tiers, from $1 to $50, from loyalty badges to comics every single month. Not only are you helping out the channel tremendously, but you are getting tons of perks in the process. If you are unable to do this, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit that notification bell, and with that being said, until the next breakdown.